Okay, so I just wanted to explain. I wanted to explain a little bit about our fundraiser and how this is going to work. So let me show you the first and most important thing, where you can get all the information that you're gonna need. So, as many of you have been around for a while know, this is the third year in which we've done our fundraising campaign. And I'm very excited to do our campaign again. One of the things that we have been really excited about, that we've been doing more and more over the last 3 years, is wanting to involve as many people as possible. Of course, we've been running our master's degree program for 4 years now, and that's been so wonderful, and I so appreciate the faculty and the students who have been involved in that program over the years. It's just been an awesome thing. But we've been wanting to expand more and more our programs to involve more people. Open programs. 2 years ago, when we first did our fundraising campaign in 2013, is when we launched the Mythgard Academy classes, which have now been running for 2 years. As open classes, which are electorate, the people who donated to support it have been able to elect, to nominate, and to elect the books that we talked about. And we've had some awesome discussions over the last couple years over books that, and you guys have had an uncanny knack. The electorate has had an uncanny knack of picking like my favorite books in the world. So I've been really excited about that. But anyhow. So we this past year we've been expanding a lot of our sort of open programs, and that's going to be. So we'll talk a little bit more about some of those things as we move through later on. But the main thing I wanted to kind of draw your attention to, sort of big picture here this year, is that there's one major shift that we're doing this year. Instead of calling, so in the last 2 years, it's just been called the Mythgard Fundraiser, or even the Mythgard Academy Fundraiser. This year we're sort of shifting. It's the same, it's sort of the same basic thing. We're still doing the same basic thing. Except it's going to be even better, as we'll explain later on. But the sort of the premise of it is a little bit different. We're shifting the focus towards Signum University. Let me start off by explaining something that a lot of people get confused about, which is what exactly is the relationship between Mythgard and Signum. And the explanation of that is really pretty simple. Mythgard Institute is, the institute which focuses on the teaching and research in speculative fiction, fantasy and science fiction. It is housed within Signum University. Signum University is the actual university that is built around it. It is Signum University, which actually awards degrees, and which is, for which we're completing the certification process and all that kind of thing. And of course, as Signum continues to grow over the years, eventually Signum will have more programs and more departments and more degrees. And, it is my hope that several years down the road, we're going to actually begin, offering undergraduate courses and things through Signum University. So Signum University is sort of the big umbrella. But the fact is, as many of you know from having been around, historically it happened, Mythgard came first, right? We started with Mythgard, and we've been sort of building Signum University around it. This past year has been a really big year for Signum University, and we have really moved things forward in some super exciting ways. And Signum has really begun in the last few months, especially, to operate. The phrase I keep using when talking with our people, with our team at Signum, is that we've become a real grown-up institution instead of sort of a startup operation as we really were for years. And so and Signum University is a fully tax exempt institution. It's officially with the IRS a nonprofit university. And so this year we are launching an annual fund to support Signum University. Again, it's the same fundraiser essentially in concept, but we really want to bring the focus not away from Mythgard, but sort of beyond Mythgard to the larger thing of which Mythgard is one piece. So let me sort of show you what this looks like and where you can find stuff. On the Mythgard Institute page, you will see this little banner here for the annual fund drive. And if you go there, actually, I don't need to open that because that will bring you here to the Signum University annual fund page. And this we're going to be going through some of this information here tonight. It tells you about our campaign, gives you links to awesome things. You also see this banner on all of the signumuniversity.org pages to bring you to this spot. And of course, any one of these links will bring you to our donation page, which is this page. And this is where you can actually make your fully tax deductible in America donation to Signum University.